Hey ratbags, today in SMALLAND I'm going to show you how to get yourself the BlueTit, the brand new mount that's simply OP. It allows you to fly anywhere across the map. No stamina drain unless you're going super fast, no having to land anywhere. It's simply one of the best things the game's added. Maybe a bit too powerful, I'll let you guys decide. Anyway, here's how you do it. Do leave a like if you find it useful. Check out the rest of my SMALLAND guides. Take a look at the Forbidden Monuments brand new update. Let's go. So key things you need to know. Before heading over to the Forbidden Monuments, you need to unlock the special door. And to do that, you need to have handed the rewards that you get from killing the King Stag Beetle to the Elder. He'll then direct you to the Historian inside, obviously, the crypt. And then he'll direct you down to the Trader. These NPCs will both pop up when you're directed in terms of talking to them or finding them. They were added in the last set of updates. I've done plenty of guides and shown you how to find them and how to get any of the resources you need. While you're at the merchant, make sure that you've got 100 hoots, or you basically convert some of the pyrite, and that you've got 100, as that's the price of a BlueTit. The Historian will tell you that you've got to buy something also from the Trader. So make sure you've got 10 pyrite spare, as that's going to be needed to get the tongue book from the Trader. If you haven't been to the crypt yet, it is obviously another dungeon in the north of the swamps where you pretty much find the King Stag Beetle, and you really are going to need to have gone and adventured all through there and found the NPC, as well as got a lot of pirate so that you can go ahead and make the pirate armor. I'm basically saying you can't rush to go and get the BlueTit on your day 2 of playing SMALLAND. You are going to have to progress through the game first, and this is definitely an end game activity. Here it is on the map, the secret door that will now appear once you've handed the Book of Tongues to the Historian. You pretty much have to go to the water's edge by the broken bridge, and you'll find it here just in the side of the cliff. If you go to it before having the right stuff or before it appears on the map, it simply won't open this doorway. You'll then go through a corridor and you'll come across the laboratory of one of the SMALLANDers that I explored before you, and I'll leave you to that, but we're really focusing on just the BlueTit here. Once in the brand new zone, you need to head all the way to the north past the big massive tree, and you'll come across some branches leading to a bird bath. It's right next to a sandbox. You may get attacked by a BlueTit on your way, and you'll have to just manage your best to try and kill it. I also advise that you may need to think about collecting at least 12 feathers if you want to get all the armor, the brand new weapons, and the new wing set. But you're relatively safe up here. These obviously BlueTits won't attack you. You'll speak to Malik and he'll tell you that yes, for 100 hoots as well as an egg from the BlueTit, he will give you a brand new BlueTit mount. Now when I done this, the game was glitched and it gave me a free mount straight away. That might not happen with you, so you will maybe have to go and find one of these many nests littered around the Forbidden Monuments zone. The easiest one is on the seesaw, which is directly south from the bird bath. But you may have to again defeat another BlueTit to get access to it. Although I found because I had a BlueTit already, it was causing enough of a distraction that I didn't really have to fight it. I could actually just go up to the nest and start hacking away with my pickaxe. You'll need a better than flint pickaxe to break through the twigs, and you can see its health bar is quite substantial, so make sure you bring a good pickaxe. I was lucky enough that I had obviously an iron one. The BlueTit may land to fight you, and you can fight them pretty much here. You've just got to be really good at perfect blocking, getting that parry as soon as they even flounce so that you can block the attacks and hit them. Once you've got something like a pirate sword, it's actually not that challenging to kill these guys. You just got to learn the pattern of how they hit you. And in fact, if it keeps flying off, that usually gives you enough time for you to go ahead and heal up. I found any time I died, it was because I was fighting other creatures on the ground rather than just the BlueTit on its own. Eventually you'll break through, and there you go. You can now pick up one of the BlueTit eggs. And obviously this is the same thing you'll be doing if you ever want to get any more BlueTit mounts. Grab an egg, grab 100 hoots, and go ahead and trade it with Malik. You find random different levels in creatures. I'm not too sure about the BlueTits though, unless you do get given a random level each time you trade an egg and 100 hoots. But otherwise you can see here the max level that you can get it, which is 10 levels, and that's the same. So any creature that you get, you've only got an ability to upgrade it 10 times. You'll get more points than that, of course, to put into the attributes, but that's its max level is 10. And then obviously you've got its health, its stamina, its damage, or its speed that you can increase. It will respond with a whistle call just like all the other pet mounts in the game, and yes, you can go and use it to fly almost anywhere. You'll be able to go across the gap between the Forbidden Monuments and the rest of the SMALLAND map. If you try gliding on your own, you'll still get killed by the eagle, so you have to use the tunnel if you haven't got your BlueTit. It won't attack creatures while you're riding it, so if you are engaged in any kind of fight, then it's pretty much best served as a distraction creature. Its health is absolutely tanky. I don't think there'll be any chance of it being killed unless they change anything. It had 2000 health. And yes, you can increase that health as well if you really want to make sure it's super tanky. And then it flies off and does its own thing and eventually will come back to you if you don't call it. Kind of hoping the AI on it does get improved in future updates. It does seem a bit prone just to wander off, and it's quite confusing seeing if you're getting attacked by another BlueTit or whether or not it's your own one. So definitely recommend naming it something else and using your vision to spot the differences sometimes if you're not sure. Using a control pad, it's obviously the jump button to make it go fly, and then obviously the left stick in to make it actually go speedier. And if you want to land, you need to dive by holding the square button or the X button if you're using an Xbox controller. I do believe to dive and land it is the left shift button if you're using a keyboard. I would recommend you do this first before exploring any other part of the map from the Forbidden Lands, as it really does make it an absolute doddle. You can go and visit and look around for the chest pieces to help unlock the armour and the weapons and pretty much make it quick work, not even fighting any of the creatures you come across, as long as your BlueTit doesn't wander off too fast. Some quick tips about fighting it. Well, as I said, I came across one almost instantaneously. It's like it hunts you out. And yes, it is supposed to be weak against piercing damage. So arrows might be good, or something like the Scythe, I think does more piercing. Scythe, you get the idea. Obviously make sure you put a bed down temporarily where you can respawn. And try and stay away from any other creatures. If anything else is nearby, fly away, as that really is the distraction. That's enough to maybe kill you. It was doing around 34 damage with each attack, so it wouldn't take long to actually rip apart your armour and kill you. I'm not too sure if it's got more than one attack. It felt like it, because when it was chasing me it seemed to be more of a stomp and landing with its beak, and then this one is more definitely just pecking at you in place, but either way they do a lot of damage. I'm using the pirate sword here, so I'm doing quite a lot of damage myself. And yeah, it's all about the perfect parry or blocking just at the right time. When you do go ahead and hit it, you'll have a bunch of feathers and some bones. It can be quite hard to steer, even when you're not going fast. You can see your stamina's just not really draining at all, and it's going pretty quick. And even just hopping around on the ground, it's much better than some of the other creatures. I can only presume small biomes in the future will have us maybe underground or zones where we can't take the BlueTit. Otherwise, the map does look like it's going to expand much bigger than we first thought. You might think it's quite big now, but I think the idea really is that this will get you from A to B across the maps so that you can explore each zone. They've just got to make it interesting enough that we don't rely on this too much in the later zones, and so that it can be more of a challenge again. I imagine it'll add either maybe harder creatures that can take us on, or like I said, zones where we can't bring the BlueTit. Let me know what you think about it, and for more guides go and check out the rest of my videos, and also look out for my 100 days that I recorded a few months ago when SMALLAND came out. It's still playing on my 100 days channel, and I really appreciate a like and a view. Until next time, ratbags, I'll see you later.